What's going on? What's going on? I just want to make sure. I just want to get mine out the way so we can move forward. I'm mad you brought this up. But the truth is, I ain't mad at the women for saying what they said. I'm glad they did. I like honest enemies, right? I like honest enemies. I don't like for people to be phony with me. Let me know where you stand. So, only thing I hate is that they wasn't on camera and I don't know their real names. But it's just more evidence of what we're dealing with as black men and our women. I will say this though, because I think I like to be more even keeled than anything. I'll say this: a lot of black women go through some sort of essay during their life. It's more than we want to acknowledge, and a lot of it happens when they're younger. And when that happens, they will be more susceptible to anti-black male rhetoric, right? So if you have a conversation with these women and then those you kind of discover those things, that may make room for understanding, compassion, right? Not necessarily agreement, of course, not at all, or even amnesty. But I don't think that that's this. I'm only acknowledging it because I just want to be that kind of man, right? But I don't think that's this. I just think that for the last 5 years, there's been a lot of men saying a lot of things about women, and demeaning them, demeaning their positions as wives, as mothers, as workers, as employees, as business owners, as everything. And it's due to what we endured for such a long time. And the women, they didn't show any accountability for the gripes that men had. They became very defensive. And so it got worse. And they started attacking women for everything. You're just an incubator, right? I talked about this earlier, that we might need to start putting a little bit more respect on pregnancy and carrying children and what that actually means for a woman. So while we need to make room for those who may deserve our understanding, I don't think this is that. I'm glad they said it. It's more evidence for us to use in these oncoming wars about what we're dealing with our women.
Beans, what's the overarching sentiment about what we're dealing with our women? Like the main one.
The Willie Lynch letter is real. Right? If I do my big errand and try to sum it up, right? The Willie Lynch letter is real.
Yep.
The programming is real. They got to you, right? And that was the only way they could actually stop what we had going and what we were doing was by turning you against us. Because everything else didn't work. Slavery didn't work. Lynchings didn't work. Nothing else worked. They tried everything else. The only thing that worked was turning you against us. Because you were who we were fighting for the whole time.
And then can I add to that?
Yeah, go ahead. It's open now. Everybody spoke, so go ahead, talk your shit.
Because what's crazy with what Bean said, not only do black women work for the white man, they give the white man all of their money. Because as we all know, like I said earlier, black women have a huge stronghold on spending in America. You know, they buy the dumbest, stupidest shit the day they get their paycheck. You know, the day they get a paycheck, they gotta buy somebody else's hair, somebody else's nails, somebody else's ass, you know,
Not ass though.
and they pregnant with somebody else's baby.
Oh my!
So like,
You sound like
can
those women talking to them KKK groups.
can see here's the problem right here, because I wanted to go back to you, but I just actually just wanted to wait for you to jump in and interrupt
He
and say
said it's
something
only
crazy again.
people.
So, Tyranny, I don't know if you noticed it because you just cackle so much.
Do
Not
I?
only did you interrupt me and just be all out of line with me, you did the same thing
Oh,
with Lady Di. So you do the same thing with women. So when you
it's an
say you were
open panel. ¿Tú comprendes that or no?
I got it. So when you said you were married, and I don't want to get into your personal
Then don't.
situation.
Then don't. Then don't. Then don't.
Okay,
Then don't.
but
This is not an interview about my personal
but
nothing.
it's
Keep it to
this.
the topic.
It's
Keep
it,
it
it's
okay.
it's this.
For who? You or my husband?
it's this. You have, or you seem to have, because I don't know you, have a this problem. And the day you stop doing this, you'll find happiness.
I am happy. What are you talking about? I'm very happy. I'm
Awesome.
a happy woman.
Cool.
It's a conversation. You guys just don't like hearing females talk. It's a conversation. I have an opposing opinion. I'm entitled to that. I'm a Gemini woman too. Okay?
So
So
it's called an
it's open
interruption.
conversation.
And
Oh
see,
my.
it's different between an interruption and a conversation in
So
tyranny.
you want me to shut up when you speak and be like, you want to put my head
Yes,
down?
and I shut up when you speak, and I put my head down. Yes, we take turns doing that
Okay,
to
whose
each other.
turn is it?
See, the
Mine
thing
or
about it
yours?
is, as a man,
Yours.
I serve my black women. I coach black women. I serve my community. I am a server. I am a servant. So yes, I will
You
shut
are
up and see, I will shut up and let you talk, and then you shut up and let me talk. And I said that earlier.
Okay, I'm finna go. My husband cooked dinner. Thank you, him, for having me up. I really appreciate it.
We didn't even get through the convo.
No, I'm not finna be shut up by someone that don't pay my bills. And if you want to do it like that, bro, you can have it. But
Well, I think what it was, he's just saying, let's take turns in the conversation.
and when I start talking, it's an excuse for him to cut me off. I'm not about that male and female,
No,
right?
I think you're right about the fact that we're asking for people to have decorum, but people do interject untimely, right? So we all have to be cognizant of that because we also want it and we also interject. So we just got to be cognizant of it, right? It's kind of like a pot kettle thing, but the conversation isn't deteriorating that bad though.
No.
Now you guys are working through it pretty decently, honestly.
Yeah.
It's getting my nerves, and I'm trying to keep my femininity.
You're doing
Let
good.
me
I mean,
just
because
say
I
this.
would be interjecting more if y'all were going, you know what I mean, so off the rail. So it's really not there, honestly.
Yeah, let me
Can
say
I
this.
gonna work
can I
with you,
can I say
Tyranny.
something really quickly?
I'll give it another
I
shot.
just want to dispel this, right? Just because it was presented. And I'm moving this. Everybody hear me say this. I am moving this off of tyranny. Everybody heard me say that, right? So I'm
Yeah.
not talking about tyranny right now.
Uh,
I just want to dispel this rumor that we don't like listening to women talk. Right? This space has done way more numbers, viewership wise and money wise, since women got evolved. Right? So it's not about not listening to women. We just don't like hearing stupid shit. Right? We want to hear the women give us the psychology of women, which to Tyranny's credit, she did. She gave us the psychology of women, and we want them to tell us the truth, right? About those things that we may be assuming, right? But all too often, it's just saying what you think is the smart comeback is what we get a lot. But I just want to just dispel that narrative that we don't want to hear women talk. Because to be honest with you, when it's a panel full of dudes, I usually don't even watch.
Yeah. So not only that, he also is very unfair to black men because black men are the only ones that do it for real, for real. Unless it's monetary and they ask the women to come so they can have their titties out and their viewership can go up. Black men have always included or inclusive of their women in almost everything. Everyone else stopped doing it. You know, Middle Eastern men, they don't talk to them at all. Right. So it's very unfair to black men. But this is not, again, I'm gonna do a disclaimer just like Beans did. This is not, I'm gonna point out something that you said, Tyranny, that is stuck with me, and I've been thinking about it. You said they were speaking out of hurt, correct?
Yes.
And I do agree with that, but I've been sitting here thinking for like the last 20 minutes, like if you fight in school, you get suspended. But what happens when you bring a gun? You get expelled. So at some point, these ladies can't be redeemed. And I think I just feel a need to say that because they cannot be redeemed. They're never coming. And I don't mean forgiven. I could forgive you. You could repent. You could go to the Lord. You could say, and I could be like, you know what? I could see you changing around, but you never eaten dinner in my house. Ever. Somebody that's trying to get me deleted, you cannot be redeemed. All right. And this is what I'm talking about because I've been given a superpower to spot these people when they talk. We see these people all the time and we don't even know it. Have you noticed that the people who talk this cash, this type of stuff, their camera is always off? This is what the CIA calls tradecraft. All right. This is basically how the Taliban move and then people like that move. Right. This is tradecraft. They cannot be redeemed. When you see a woman that talks about community or unity, but she never talks about marriage, this is the type of woman that does that type of stuff. When you see women that treat black fathers as optional, they'll talk about kids, they'll talk about the house, they'll talk about school, but for some reason you never hear about the father. This is that type of woman. And when you see women that are overly dependent on the state for assistance, these are the women that are prone. You put all these things together in a intense enough form, you will get this type of woman. So I'm just coming out here to say, I know that you're right, Tyranny. They are speaking from hurt. That's too far.
Understood.
Redemption is off the table.
And Ham, I just want to say this to if it was a bunch of guys on this panel, would I be here, Ham? Oh, no.
My
The
bad.
answer,
No, no,
yeah,
no.
the answer is no. So I don't go on a panel unless women are included. I do not go on panels if there are no women on there, because having these relationship talks with a bunch of dudes
Right.
is gay to me. Because if we're having a relationship talk, we need to be talking about relationships with the opposite sex, not a bunch of damn dudes. So I will never, you'll never see me on a panel with a bunch of dudes. So that is a rule of mine for women to be included. So I 1000% need to hear the woman's voice, including yours.
Absolutely.
I'm not mad at you.
I appreciate that. Thank you. But I do want to say you tried to humble me, so I don't know if you like women because you want us to submit to you, die king, Mr. Let Go, or do you really want to hear what we got to say?
Well, the point is, like I keep reiterating, there's a time and place for everything. So I say something and then you say something. That's what a conversation is. And you misinterpreted conversation with interruption. And I was only correcting you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
You know, I if I take what Tierney said, I would have to compartmentalize it, because the clip that we watched, that sentiment about them being hurt and then communicating something like that doesn't resonate with me, right? I've seen women that are hurt, frustrated, whatever the case is, and then they'll share, right, their exhaustion with the thing that's bothering them, right? But that clip is too far to the extreme for me to then couple that clip with women who are saying, "Hey, I'm frustrated with the treatment I'm receiving." That those are two totally different things. So if I hear somebody talking like that, I'm going to rebuke it sharply, right? And then converse with the people that actually want to change or get better or work together, but they just conveying how bothered they are about the situation. That's too extreme for me to make sense of.
Do you? Real question, DJ Hamp. Do you think that video was real?
Yes.
Okay, because black women don't. Majority of us don't sell out our black men to the. We march for y'all. So something about that video should have been questionable. Yo, we hurt. They're hurt. They talking out of hurt. Like a little girl and daddy that always keeps saying he's coming that Sunday and doesn't. You know, keeps missing her recitals. What's she gonna say? Mommy, I don't care about daddy. I hate daddy. I never want to see daddy again. She don't really mean that. She wants her daddy. She's just hurt. So
And so remember, I framed the video with niche, right? So we understand that. She also don't say I want daddy to die, right?
I was about to say, I know some girls that didn't have a daddy. They might have been effing a lot of dudes to find daddy, but they ain't say F daddy. Like, no.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
we also got to think about it.
Yeah, I think that's a little extreme.
Let me
Like,
just share this. I don't know if you guys ever had well, I know a few of you had experiences. You guys been in the military, etc. To backdoor a person, like that, like the backdooring of a person. If you have beef and somebody backdoor you, the person that backdoor you, who you got to find first.
mhm.
I want to play this clip because this is what I saw, right? And maybe y'all understand this. And then James, you were trying to say something, saw it, but this clip just popped in my head while watching it, right?
You know the damage one ignorant Negro can do. We were in France in the First War. We'd won decorations. But the white boys had told all them French gals that we had tails. Then they found this ignorant colored soldier. Paid him to tie a tail to his ass and run around half naked making monkey sounds. They put him on a big round table in the Cafe Napoleon. Put a reed in his hand, crown on his head, blanket on his shoulders, and made him eat bananas in front of all them Frenchies. Oh, the white boys danced that night. Passed out leaflets with that boy's picture on it. Called him Moonshine, king of the monkeys. And when we slit his throat, you know that fool asked us what he had done wrong.
If you don't get it, you won't get it.
I got it.
So let me say this. We are the black woman's primary competition. A lot of women don't see us as okay. It's like, would you rather work with a black man and submit all the other stuff, right? The typical black woman is going to say, no, I don't want to submit because men ain't worth submitting, blah, 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 right? And we've seen this in every situation where a black woman gets with a white man. They don't do none of that shit. They don't have no mouth. They don't have no attitude. They don't have no neck roll. They sit down and shut the fuck up when they get with the white man instantly. So with that being said, it's in her because she doesn't want for a supervisor. So it's in her to sit down and be quiet because none of y'all go to work with all that damn mouth. None of y'all interrupt people at work. Y'all shut the fuck up at work. But when it comes to black men, it's always a problem. With that being said, there's a possibility, because I have to say that because I am not a woman, there's a possibility that women see an opportunity at some degree to circumvent the black man and work alongside the white man because the white man don't want to be with her. Because if white men actually want to be with black women would just run the white men, but white men don't want black women. So the best they can do is to work alongside the white man by giving them a reward and say, hey, I'm going to prove to you that I want to be by your side. Them men over there, do what you got to do with them because I'm with you. If I can't be with you, I'm going to work with you in every opportunity I can because I want what I've been getting because I've been working with you. You can have my little son. He's gay now because of you. He don't know how to change no tire. He's a bitch because of you. So I'm showing you all my life, all my adulthood, that I want to be with you and work with you. Look at my son. He's gay. I did that for you.
Mr. Let Go, you know what I hate about what you're saying is that I can't argue that it's untrue, right? The statements that you're saying and the picture that you paint about the way that things are is true. And I like the fact that you're actually pointing the finger at, the white man's culpability in the situation. But I do want to say that I don't think that that's their natural state though, right? So for anybody who thinks I'm simping or pandering right now, your mama. But the fact of the matter is I don't think that's their natural state. I don't think if you gave me a black baby girl and a black baby boy right now, and I was able to go raise them in a healthy eating type environment, that we get this same situation.
If you raise them, though, it'll be different. But a woman raising that same girl would be up in that clubhouse room because why? She was raised by a woman.
So but we would have to first take that kind of woman, right? What if I take a woman that's not like that? I'm just going to assume, if I'm assuming wrong, y'all can correct me, but I'm just going to assume that Di is the correct kind of woman, right? So therefore, if we gave the babies to
I
them,
was raised by a man.
okay, I'm
Yeah.
just saying though. I'm just saying, so the point isn't necessarily about that. I'm saying best case scenario, whoever raises them, male or female, is the best version of what we believe they can be. And I'm saying naturally you don't get this thing that again is true about what you're saying. But I just want to make sure that I add the caveat that I don't think that's the natural thing, because right now there's a lot of people providing not only statements, but I will admit some damning evidence to suggest that this is their actual natural state. Right.
Yeah. So let me speak to the natural state thing real quick.
I got you. Hold on real quick.
My bad.
There's nature
This
versus
is their
nurture.
actual natural state, right? That
nature versus nurture. It's
right.
nature versus nurture. It's you're looking at her nurturable state, not natural state. We've all been nurtured to do and think a certain kind of way. We're not natural beings anymore.
Okay, so I'm just making sure, you know what I'm saying, that I put that out there again, because I don't want to believe that, and I don't want that to be the perception ever that this is who they are naturally, even though the behavior, as you stated, is true. The last thing is this really quickly, Trey. I just want to point this out again, taking it away from tyranny, but she said this, right? Women, yes, we're trying to humble you. Absolutely. Yes, we are, because you need it. You all require it. We just listened to a video of a woman telling white men to get rid of us. Do we have to argue about the fact that you all need humbling? I know, HAMP, you don't want me to, but please, I beg of you to allow me. 1 Peter 5, God opposes the proud and gives grace to the humble. So stop getting offended because we're trying to humble you. That is something that is going to benefit us as a community.
I have a problem with that, actually.
Well, hold on. I just want to make sure, because I just want to make sure the back and forth is good, right? So I do want to stay there, but I just want to be cognizant of everybody else who's trying to chime in while we had a conversation. Trig.
Thank you, Trig.
You're on mute.
Yeah. I wanted to add to what Beans was saying, because when he said natural state, that's something I had written down. Their natural state is survival, right? So this is something that I've seen, and we haven't talked about it yet, but the word accountability has a lot to do with this, right? And you see that their natural state is survival. Like, I'm not even surprised that those women did this, right? Because it's actually a survival tactic. It was foolish of them to go that route, but it's a survival tactic, right? And this is what happens when they were faced with two forks in the road. Take accountability for your own destruction in the Black community. You notice they didn't mention that once in that dialogue. Nobody mentioned how they little niggas is tearing up the hood and how some of them boys out there shooting that they're tired of are their sons and brothers. They didn't mention that part. So what we saw was them deny accountability to go to somebody else to do something, right? And they sold out. That was foolish, but I'm not surprised.
Can I ask you a question? I'm going to take the mic. I just want to ask you a question. How can you put this particular thing on survival? Like, how are men impeding their survival?
That's what I was going to say. I was going to land there, right? So, have y'all heard the saying, a society can only rise as high as its women?
Yes.
Women somehow think that means that they are the most powerful. What that actually is a testament to the effectiveness of the men's leadership. All right. So that is kind of a testament to the failures of men and the problems we're going through. Right. Because accountability means that if they were going to take accountability and inventory over what needs to be done to fix the Black community, they would have never done that. They would have came and spoken to Black men, that it came on podcasts and aired their grievances responsibly and done it that way. So I'm saying that the lack of accountability comes from they just ditched it entirely, unfortunately.
But Trig, is the impediment to their survival, is it delusion or is it reality? Because I don't see how Black men could be impeding their survival. If anything, we're propagating their survival by giving them the children that they use to get the government assistance or standing by them as they go and work those jobs in those long hours to build themselves up to get those.
Yeah, you use a lot of big words, so I'm not sure how to answer that. I'm joking. But what I will say is that it was about survival. They just made the foolish choice. right? Because like listen to what they were saying. You have to think about what does it net them to do that. That's why I think making an extreme move, you had to think that they came to like this is Clubhouse, like Hamp said,
You muted yourself.
a million people listening. So
Mhm.
you have to think that you gain like what is the net benefit from doing that? That's why I say it's about survival. They thought they were going to gain something from it.
But
Oh, wait. What you're saying, Trigger Mike, is, and what Hamp was saying earlier, this is a clubhouse room. There's a possibility, because now I'm agreeing with y'all. This is what they be doing to the white man on a normal basis. Just not take away the deleting of the men, but get him fired and promote me. Get him out of the house and lock him up. He hit
Exactly.
me. He R-worded me, and he didn't do nothing. So they all be doing, well, I ain't gonna say all, but they do this on a normal basis. We just got an opportunity to finally hear it.
look at this. Look at this. I'm just listening to what Let Go's saying, right? And this is just a clip, right? Essentially. But you guys see the prompt when you remember you're married to a white man. Y'all see it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Does it speak to what Let Go is offering?
No, I feel
Yes. She shut the fuck up.
Everything that I felt, praise the Lord. Price your price with the best of your portions. I know I won't forget all.
Is
So
that what he's articulating? They
Tyranny.
use the white man as whatever.
Tyranny. That's how you like them,
As a
Tyranny?
what?
I don't like them Caucasian. First off,
You said a tool, Miss Let Go. To your point, like they're using him as a tool. The
Damn,
white guy.
I missed
No,
that.
I say they get around a white man and sit down and be quiet.
I wanted to say something to that actually.
Me too.
So real quick, a lot of women, I wouldn't say they like white men. They can't even relate to them. They just like what they look like. Hence, sometimes the hair that they wear, they trying to match the color eyes they got. I'm not saying black people can't have colored eyes, but the way they look is what they want. They want them kids to look like that. They want their kids to look mixed. All of these things. It's not about the white man that they want. They just want what he got. That's it.
money
Mhm.
because it ain't the looks. White men is not cute. White men are not cute. They are Caucasian. There's nothing to. We love our chocolate man. We just want y'all to act right.
Yeah, I was about to say I can agree to what Lady Di was saying, as far as how it's presented. But then I also feel like too they go over there because they feel like black men, y'all don't be, showing affection or loving them the way that they want to be felt. So they go over there because they feel like it's a better option.
But also, you don't think the black man don't feel like black women are loving them the way that they should be loved?
Yes.
I feel that way. I don't do crackers. So
Yeah, spiritual. Now I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you.
No, you could continue.
You don't do what? I'm sorry.
Now I would agree, but I think we do a lot of guesstimating on what goes on in the White household. But I would disagree only on the fact that if you see the way these white girls be coming over here to get their back blown out, I'm not sure the white man loving them the way they want to be loved. So,
and that's what I'm saying.
flavor over here, this
about
flavor
that.
might be a little bit like you got the best. First off,
Let's let her expound on the point because I think this is
I'm not really
there.
talking about the flavor. I'm just talking about how they are catered to even like Tierney said, it could be the money or whatever it is. Like I just don't like. I love a black man. Damn, I would never go to the other side. But for me, I just feel like it ain't what y'all be saying. It ain't peaches and creams. Like every man does not have it figured out. Every man is not kind. Is not like every man ain't smart. Every man is just like no. Like it's some fucked up brothers out here, unfortunately, and these are the women that choose to opt out of it.
But it's also white men that do the same thing. You know how many white women complain that their man is not washing dishes, taking the trash out, cleaning the house, helping with homework?
I understand.
It's the same damn thing. The ones that they picking, the one in this video that Hamp showed, that guy is probably in intelligence. He's into all that other stuff in the computer. right? Probably not into all that social stuff. So what else he gonna do? He don't even probably have friends. He gonna wash dishes. He gonna clean the house. He gonna do stuff. Sometimes it's not just like it's a white man. It's just that white man. Just like you think black men don't help. That's not true. Not you, but
I understand.
Let me say
what
this
you're
real
saying.
quick. Sorry, let me say this real quick. You know, I'm the numbers guy. So, black woman, white man marriages, 40% less likely to get a divorce. So something is happening there, right? And we can't just give the man all the credit, right? So there has to be some valuing of that man, right? Regardless to what he's presenting going on, if they're 40% less likely. Like that, I'm just saying it might be something to explore.
That's why I was going to speak to.
It's multifactorial, bro.
Yeah, I was going to speak to that because if we think of it right, if these women, because most black women don't want white men at all, right? And then something has to trigger them for them to go over there, correct? So if that thing that triggered them saying, "Hey, I'm not dating black men no more. I'm going to date these hillbillies," right? If they go over there, right, they can't come back because they're going to look as a failure. So that means you fail with black men and then you fail with white men. So now when you come back, we're going to say, nigga, it's you.
Yep.
Women don't want to say, hey, it's me. I'm the fuck up. So I'm going to make sure I make this shit work over here. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of those women that you see, what's that the little skinny black chick with that fat white man, whatever, that she was talking shit about him, saying he wasn't paying bills or nothing like that, whatever. He adopted his son.
Oh, yeah.
But when she want to get what she, before that, she was talking bad about how black men was trash, and then now she was saying the same thing about that white man. Now they back together. You know what I mean? So I think it's more of that going on because majority of black women are not attracted to them. They don't got.
That's where I disagree.
None of the style.
That's
So
why I disagree.
let me say this real quick. So in terms of that number, Beans, is there an updated statistic regarding that study, or is the study that we've always had?
No, it's the one I've been quoting for a few years now. Yeah.
So I was looking. It's from like 2012, 2014, right? I don't know if it renders it moot, but it was a study, and it's CDC numbers, correct?
I think so. I don't know.
Yes, a viable thing, an organization that we would deem viable computed those numbers, right?
Yeah.
Here's one of the things that people will say is that it's such a nominal number. Is it worth referencing, right? But I just want us to be consistent because we'll often say the single father household renders the same results as a dual parent household, which is also a nominal number of households too. So if we want to say nominal numbers is why we don't have to consider it, then you have to throw out a whole lot more shit than you think. You know.
Yeah.
Now there's another stat. Not saying you, Beans, but just in terms of baseline. And then so there was another stat, and I learned this. Beans and I went through it. We clicked on the websites and everything. Black men have the most divorces with women of all races. So let's say we take it off of that the clip I played with them saying kill black men, right? And have the conversation about what are these dynamics? What do they look like? Are they showing deference to men of other races, or are men of other races indeed treating